Alright, it's evaluation time. Last year, I made it abundantly clear, even in my interview, that I was not happy working in a group, and that it was my biggest weakness, because I hate other people and prefer working alone. I'm like Superman, only less strong and bolder. Anyway, after this year of creative collaboration and making of, I can confidently say that my viewpoint has not changed whatsoever. This isn't because something went terribly wrong. In fact, it was generally an improvement. Last year, if you recall, it was quite tense. There was a number of fights, some of which I was included in, and yeah, that was mainly towards the end, especially around the presentation, and that's sort of when the team fell apart a bit. And this year, sort of the same thing happened, but it wasn't really about the whole people not doing their job. It was more about just stress of getting it done. What has to be borne in mind is that in first year we were making a projection mapping display and then showed that to one tutor and a classroom full of students. And this year we're making a 3-minute animation to then show off to some clients who will then make it known to the rest of the world. So in terms of pressure and workload, there is a bit of a gap. And because of this, any fighting that occurred in our group, to my knowledge, was generally normal. It was just the stress of trying to get something done on time boiling over. And here is our production Bible. So there's our logo right at the start, the new improved one, that is. Then the first style frame, which Nia made right at the start of the project, just to give us an inspiration of what our pig might be doing. And then there's a team with all of us in very pixelated photos. Some of them better than others. Nia certainly looks better than I do. Anyway, the log line, which I wrote, a pig tries multiple ways to learn how to fly, and then the story spine, which I also wrote, and then treatment, which I also wrote again, and yeah, a lot of the text-based stuff, so character descriptions, so Piggy and Squawky, and then of course the concept art, which was done by Nia and Beth primarily. At the start it was quite detailed, and then we moved on to simpler designs. Birds there, so some line drawings at the start. Then backgrounds, and more concept art, and more concept art, and more concept art, and more concept art. Then some backgrounds done by Lawrence, though he was our primary background artist. Mood board, just to give us inspirations of how we might want to take our characters. And then storyboards, the cleaner versions were done by Edison, even though I did the rough one at the very beginning. And then just to finish off the production Bible are some style frames. Personally, I would say I've grown a lot. Yeah. Besides my showreel, which has a few things that I already knew how to do, like scripts and storyboards, but also some things that I didn't know how to do before, like the Wix website. I had no idea what I was doing with that. I was winging it the entire way and just experimenting with that and playing with it, and that's how I learned. But besides that, learning Toon Boom with Eleonora, that was a huge help because I tried a number of tutorials and I tried specific classes to help us with it, and nothing was working. And then, like the majestic goddess she is, down she came, possibly even from heaven or Valhalla or whatever you believe in, and guided me in my quest to become a better animator. So that was nice. So, what could I have done better? The website, basically. That was the only thing I really struggled with. I don't think I could do it better per se. Obviously, I could have added some more things. There's always more to add to that sort of thing. But again, we didn't have the luxury of time on our side, so I guess I did as much as I could have done. And then all the other things I was familiar with, just PowerPoint, script writing, etc. And I was all fine with that, and I like drawing, so concept art wasn't an issue either. So I'd say, on the whole, for me at least, and I know it was because I can animate, this project was pretty easy. The fact that I am currently still ill-equipped for this subject has really pushed me to try and be more proactive. So in my spare time I was working on art for ideas I have. I have many like script ideas or story ideas or film ideas or TV series ideas that I just jot down and then try and expand on a little more. Had one yesterday about two people walking through a wasteland. One of them is blind and one of them can't breathe very well. So yeah, just an example. I'm digressing. But the point is that I started to try and develop those through art because I hadn't really been very knowledgeable about Photoshop. I knew how it worked and everything. I just wasn't very good at drawing on it. And so this year I started doing more of that, and the results were pretty good. Nothing groundbreaking, but still a decent improvement, which I guess is my motto for this entire course. Ultimately, I would say that making Northern Creative Collaboration has been a decent success. Even despite COVID and everything that came with that, our team was still able to pull together and produce a pretty decent animation. It wasn't the best out of everyone's, but you know, it still had merit, it still was good, and I'm proud of it. Going forward then, my targets will be to be more proactive, and the subheadings for that would be to learn more about Toon Boom, and also to work more on Photoshop, not just doing art that I want to do, but also just doing life art, so people, pears, apples, landscapes. I don't know why I said pears. Why did I say pears? Put simply, become a better artist and animator. Anyway, that's all for now. That's the end of this casebook and this entire year. So I shall be seeing you very soon with news of the new term, which will be coming about February time. So I'll try and work on my skills before then. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for slogging through. And I shall see you very soon. Stay safe and goodbye.